Nope, this has got an in-base natural. So down here you got Spartan School. He started in the bottom. He is in teal, which I like. He used one of the non-default colors. Oh, we got good manners right off the bat. Up here is uncommon in the blue. He's Terran because he's a bitch. He's starting off right away. He's gonna wall off his natural, which you always want to do against Zerg. So like a flood. And I see no particular actions out of Spartan School just yet. So we'll see what he's got going. Get the production tab up. Yeah, he's just droning up. Okay, he's expanding first. I like that. I like economy. I like to see the game go longer. I remember when I was talking to Uncommon yesterday, he asked me to do 1 or 2 practice matches with him, because I play Zerg normally. Not that I know much of the meta anymore. But one of his concerns was basically a 3-base greed build. I guess that's what one of the things he was expecting the Spartan School to pull on him. And he may have been right to do so, because he went hatch first, only just now getting his pool, and gas, which I believe means ling speed right away. Now, uncommon, he's going with his orbital. He still hasn't expanded. He's just now getting that down, it looks like. Right? Yeah, there it goes. So his expansion is just a little bit behind, quite a bit behind Spartan Schools, but he's getting one. And hey, he's Terran, so, they don't need to expand at the same time, because they can just mule it up. Or, whenever he's gonna mule it up. But he's got his 100 gas just as this is finishing. Let's see that. Yep, I called that. Alright, I'm not as dumb as I look. You don't know what I look like, but I promise I look pretty dumb. So the Reaper's coming in for the initial scout. There's that mule. What's his plan? Is he going to scout, or is he going to actually try to kill stuff? Or he might just chill out. See, this one finally finished. Speed is on the way. This is now way oversaturated. No queen just yet. She's just about to finish. Let's see if he can save these guys. Alright. Lings are out. Oh, he's running on the creep. Now the queens are out. Well, let's get some of these drones down here, who are oversaturated. Pull these guys back. They're not going to do any good out there. Not until speed finishes. Unless he lets that happen. Okay. Well, that went really well for Spartan School. That was unexpected. But now, we've got a starport on the way, which I'm going to guess means medevacs. Because I know that Uncommon is a fan of those. Here's the 3-base greed that he was worried about. I still don't see a Roach Warren. This is still way oversaturated. Well, I guess it's not oversaturated, it's because this is optimal saturation, not full saturation, the 16. So, but there's finally the Roach Warren, going for double upgrades, good for him. Little scout at the front. But he saw basically nothing. He still doesn't really know what's going on up here. Not that Uncommon knows a whole lot either. They're both kind of in the dark at the moment. Let's see, yep, there's the medevacs, and... Oh, okay. So I was expecting him to go down there and react to the starport, but he's just going to put another barracks up so he can crank out more Marines. I do recall there was a build he saw, he lost to on the stream, on the ladder not too long ago. And he was pretty impressed with it. It was basically just an early 5 racks Marine rush, but that's not quite what he's doing, because that was on 1 base. He's already on 2. But it does look like he's been doing better with the supply blocking. That's something he's complained a lot about on his stream, that he has an issue with getting supply blocked. It looks like a lot of that oversaturation issue has been resolved. Got a good bit of lings coming out. Let's see what the armies look like. Yeah, units, it's you. So he's going to hunt some overlords. Not a whole lot of lings, actually. But got the Roach Warren. He hasn't really made any use of that yet. And ranged upgrades. So those roaches are, yeah, they're coming. The roaches are going to happen. I guess he's just going to try to get as many of those out as he can, which means he's going to need to protect these overlords because roaches are very supply intensive. And probably just push with roaches. Which these 10 Marines, not super well adapted for. There's only the one Marauder so far. Wow, he's not fucking around with the greed. That put him on now. He's actually still behind on workers. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting that. But I actually like the creep spread he's doing. He's got this going a good chunk out of his base, and he's going kind of broad with it, which I always like to see. And especially that helps it spread a little bit faster. He's gonna connect it to his next base when he takes his fourth later. So good on him. And these guys here, just in case they manage to catch an SCV, not a whole lot's happened just yet, but looks like they're not gonna catch that SCV. These guys are gonna, yeah, this sees them. He's gonna drop some Marines here and take those guys out, I think. Yep, there they go. Don't make a liar out of me. Come on, do it. Managed to lose one Marine doing it, but for 4 lings, that's an overall win. Creep's now rapidly approaching the halfway point, 3rd base on the way, which means that Spartan School needs to hurry up and get his 4th base up. You don't want to be down a base, especially when you are still behind on workers. Of course, despite being behind, you see that Uncommon, I think he's got a little in his own head here. He's floating a lot of resources. But he's just spent a good chunk of them, probably on this guy. Yeah, those aren't cheap. We got... Okay, so he's going mixed upgrades. He's going melee and ranged, and that's an interesting take. Now we got... Oh, I wasn't expecting the expansion to go there, because I saw him going this way. I expected him to expand here next, but he's expanding directly towards the Terran, which is a little uncommon for Zerg. Ah, see what I did there? Uncommon, because that's one of the guys playing. Alright. SCVs are main-arted out, and I think these are just kind of sacrificial links. He's suiciding these guys to clear up some supply, because he doesn't... Despite the fact that he's getting his melee upgrades, he's, I think, focusing mostly on the roaches. Checking the energy levels on these queens. He's doing a pretty good job with the injects. This one's a little behind. Probably because she doesn't have her... Yeah, she's not on his hotkeys. Alright, so he's finally caught up on workers. Could stand to get a little more, I think 60 will saturate 4 bases. What is it, 64? Is like the minimum to saturate all the minerals. And yeah, he's going to go a little higher, and that'll get him about 264 there. And now he's got roaches and ravagers out, so he's ready for some fighting, which is good because this is coming. Going to clear up a lot of this creep. Get these queens out of there. They gonna die. Here comes the response. Here comes the big fight. Ooh, 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 oh. Yeah, that hurt. Those liberators. They're not in freedom mode yet. And oh, was that a Widow Mine hit? Get out of there, get out of there. Okay. Here comes the hit on the... They didn't get hit too hard. I think only one Only one corrosive bile actually hit the liberators, so they're doing okay. 3 of the widow mines are still active, but he kind of gave Uncommon a bit of a bloody nose, and he seems hesitant to continue. He's just going to pull out. And here comes the Ling run by, Ling counterattack. Let's see if this can get anything done. The 4th base on the way. Ooh. That took out more Lings than it did Marines, but there was a little bit of friendly fire there, but he's going to go right for the Econ. Got some hold position micro going. They got, man, I wish I had that thing that GSL does where they show how many workers just got killed. But where's the workers lost thing? Whatever. Looks like he lost maybe 7. But holy crap, he is answering that with a large amount of drones. Which I don't know if that's the best idea, because there's still a big army here out in front of him. He's coming back, and his army hasn't really grown, Uncommon's has, so this might be tough. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Ooh, that's going to hurt some. I only hurt one of them. Now, granted, it's Marines, and Marines aren't the best at dealing with roaches, but there's still a lot of them, and Marines are kind of good. Hive's on the way, so if he can hold out, he might be able to get a better answer for this out. You just got to watch out for them freedom zones. It looks like the Lings are... they're an effective delaying tactic. It's Uncommon, he's just going to... he seems to be pretty intent on trying to pay attention to those Lings. In this case, he had an answer for him already back at his base, though, so that's... as long as that's going to last, it looks like he's going to push forward now. Let's see if those corrosive biles are going to be on point. That one, not so much. That one hurt, though. Those widow mines. Trying to get a good concave, that's why he's move commanding in there. And we got this, oh, this is a really good, he's got this huge zone here that is completely closed off. But his roach count has gone up a lot. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way, that's going to be tough for him to deal with once that comes out. Oh, he forgot conch shells. Oof. That's rough. You don't want to lose too many of those. But this is why he was going for those melee upgrades before. He was trying to be prepared for this. And pathogen glands. So he's ready to go for, what are they called? Infestors. He's going to try to hold down the Marines with those. But at this point, like, I think the roaches almost outnumber the Marines. So it's advantage. The advantage is currently to Spartan School, especially with the huge amount of resources he's banking. He's ready to remax at a moment's notice. He could do with a few more larvae, obviously. The 38 will still go a long way. But yeah, those Marines are cleaned up. And that puts Chronosis. That puts Uncommon way behind. So he's now got a whole lot of roaches coming right at him. And not a whole lot at home. These widow mines are going to take a good couple of them out, but that's not going to end it. Ooh, unless the roaches notice. That was good looking out on the part of Spartan School. Still lost a Ravager there. That hurts. But now we got 7 Ultralisks. 6 of them about to pop, and one of them a little ways after that. And that, I don't think there's really an answer for that anywhere in Uncommon's army. He doesn't have a whole lot of... He's pumping out Marauders now, but he doesn't have a whole lot of them ready. Only 6. Like, this drop might help do some economic damage, but at this point it might be a little bit too late. Because, this is coming. He's going to put the hurt on, but he's not going to be able to end the game with this. And this could potentially end the game unless he just turns around. I guess he didn't feel confident that he could end the game with that, or that he could just build some roaches here and stop it. So he's going to come back with the roaches, or with the roaches and the Ultralisks. And this is when the Ultralisks are first revealed. I believe this is the first time Uncommon has seen them. He opts not to pick up. He's just going to let all that die. But he's mostly maxed out now. He's getting pretty close to maxed out. So let's see how he's doing with his Marauder count. Still only 6. He's still on mostly Marines. And these are 3-3 or basically 3-5 Ultras. Or I'm sorry, only 2-5. Because they got the 2-7. They updated that even more. Awesome. But okay, so we still got about 3 minutes until they're fully 3-7. They're only 2-7 now, but they're still going to tear through Marines pretty bad. 41 damage a pop, so that they'll two-shot a Marine. And they're going to two-shot a Marine regardless. We'll see what difference these Liberators can make. But I'm leaning on not enough. I'm going to see some Queens with this to transfuse the Ultras. But I don't imagine it'll actually be necessary. Yeah, that was the last of the Marauders, and that was... They're already past the Freedom Zones, so between the Marauders and the Liberators, that was kind of the only answer that he had for all those Ultras. Like, everything that stayed in the Freedom Zones is dead. You can see the Ravagers tried to stay back there, and they're gone now. Could turn a couple of these guys into Ravagers, and use them to handle the Liberators, because they're going to move. But I mean, there's 10 more on the way. Because I mean, look at this bank. He was all set. This is we're just waiting for it to end at this point, because it's about to. He did go with the planetary. That's an interesting choice. I wouldn't have expected that. I'd like to see him turn these Ultras on the SCVs. That'd probably make this go down even faster. Not that it's not going to matter. None of this matters. Yeah, got 10 more Ultras now popping. They're on the way. Except for this guy. He's going to chill. But everyone else is coming up here. And we've got SCVs taking on Ultras. That's not going to go well. It's not going to go well for the SCVs. They just get to... I don't think that Spartan School knows... He does know. He does not know about this. But he saw where those SCVs were going. He knows something's over there. Either there's a base there, or Uncommon is trying to build one, and now he knows it's already there. So it's time to just end it. And these guys need to head up into the main to select it, or he's going to send them down that way. And there's the GG. Game 1 goes to Spartan School. It looked a little iffy there for a little while, but he was able to pull back with those the sudden swell of roaches during Uncommon's assault, and once he held it off, Uncommon just wasn't able to max up again as fast. Like even without the Ultras, I don't think there was a whole lot of hope there. Yeah, this looks like bad macro. It's just because he was maxed out for so long.